Welcome back to the channel, friends. So we're 6 months out from Christmas, but lately it's kind of feeling like the holidays around here. Between the buzz of the Switch 2 and the flood of announcements from all the showcases surrounding Summer Game Fest, it's starting to feel more like Christmas in June. And if you're a co-op gamer, this might just be your favorite time of year. Now look, if we're being honest, Summer Game Fest itself was a bit of a lump of coal. Jeff Claus didn't sadly deliver the goods outside of the Resident Evil 9 reveal, but in his defense, he did spotlight some solid co-op gems. And he wasn't the only one. Plenty of other showcases shined the spotlight on co-op this season. So in the spirit of giving and wishlisting, we're here to round up the best co-op announcements from across all the showcases, and there were a lot of them, so let's get into it. Kicking things off with some spooky vibes, let's talk Eyes of Hellfire. This is a 5-player online co-op horror title published by none other than Blumhouse Games. It draws inspiration from a real Irish legend, the Hellfire Club, an infamous secret society with a dark and eerie history. You and your friends find yourselves trapped in the club's crumbling lodge and must work together to escape, if you can trust each other, that is. Each character brings their own strengths, weaknesses, and most importantly, personal goals. Sometimes those goals align and sometimes not so much. Gameplay unfolds in turns using a deck of action cards, and it all feels very Betrayal at House on the Hill, which happens to be one of my favorite co-op board games. There's no release date yet, but it's headed to Steam Early Access. If you're into creepy co-op titles with a hint of betrayal, this one's definitely worth wishlisting. Keeping it spooky, but now with skeletons and 6-shooters, we've got Far, Far West. This 4-player online co-op shooter throws you and your crew of bounty hunting robot cowboys into dangerous contracts handed down by the local sheriff. Sometimes all you need is a reason to shoot stuff with your friends, you know. It's not just bullets though, you'll also sling spells and coordinate powerful abilities as you work together to survive. Between missions, you head back to town to upgrade your gear, unlock perks as you assemble your most busted loadout. All of this is music to our ears. If you're feeling the same, you can sign up for the first playtest on Steam now, and you can add it to your wishlist to stay in the loop on its upcoming release. One of the most unique announcements out of SGF was Into The Unwell, a 3-player online co-op roguelike set in a bizarre rubber hose animated world. You play as a flawed misfit who's been thrown into the unwell. It's the real place where you'll battle your vices, meet strange characters, and unlock new powers along the way. There are 3 character classes, each equipped with one of 4 unorthodox weapons, with combat leaning heavily into melee action that really complements this game's twisted cartoon aesthetic. After Cuphead, it's exciting to see another team tap into this animation style, but go darker and weirder with it. Into the Unwell is coming soon to Steam Early Access, and we're definitely keeping an eye on it. School is officially back in session because Escape Academy 2 Back to School is officially happening. Now look, Andrew and I love all kinds of co-op games, but puzzle games usually aren't at the top of our list, that is until we play the original Escape Academy. The game has you solving puzzles in local or online co-op through inventive escape room scenarios. This sequel looks to shake things up with a big new addition in open world format. It even seems like there's more of a school life vibe, with players attending classes and exploring the campus between missions. The original had a surprisingly solid narrative, so I'm really curious to see where they take the story this time around. There's no release date yet, but expected to hit all platforms when it launches. Arguably one of the most hype reveals out of State of Play was the announcement of Nioh 3. The Nioh series has long been the most successful Souls-like franchise, carving out its own space with its linear narrative and historical influence. The big innovation this time around is the backdrop of a fully open world. Another major change is the addition of 2 distinct combat styles, Samurai and Ninja, allowing players to switch stances on the fly. The trailer didn't show any co-op gameplay, but PlayStation has already confirmed online co-op support for up to 3 players. With the move to open world, this could be Nioh's Elden Ring moment, and we're curious to see how Team Ninja approaches co-op this time around. If you're as hyped as we are, you can jump into the demo right now. It's live through June 18th. The Xbox Showcase ended up being my personal favorite of the season. It might have been light on co-op reveals, but it still had one major surprise, was the reveal of Grounded 2. Following the success of the original, Obsidian is back with a bigger, more ambitious sequel that doubles down on everything fans loved. This time, you're not just surviving in the backyard, you're venturing into a full-blown park. And get this, the starting zone is nearly the size of the entire backyard from the first game. One of the biggest new additions is buggies, bug companions that don't just serve as mounts, but can also fight alongside you and haul resources back to base. Plus, unlike the original where story content trickled in over time, the mystery kicks off right from the jump in Grounded 2. 4-player online co-op is back as well, and the game hits early access on Steam and Xbox on July 29th, as in next month. Yeah, absolutely wild. We can't wait to dive in. Nobody Saves the World was our runner-up for Co-op Game of the Year back in 2022, so we've been eagerly waiting for what this team would cook up next. And now we know it's Blighted. In Blighted, you play as the lone survivor of a village massacre, setting out on a revenge-fueled quest across a psychedelic western world to recover lost memories and bring justice to those responsible. It's a striking shift in tone from their last game, but it looks just as stylish. Gameplay-wise, Blighted leans more into intense action RPG combat with a dynamic difficulty system that adapts based on your Blight level. It supports 2-player local co-op with drop-in, drop-out functionality, perfect for short or long sessions. And can we just say, this studio never misses the mark in the art department. Visually, this game is already blowing us away. Blighted hits Steam sometime next year, and we can't wait to see more. We've been eating good when it comes to retro beat-em-ups, and I can't help but be excited for yet another one when it's a brand new Scott Pilgrim game. Scott Pilgrim EX is a totally new adventure that sees Scott, Ramona, and friends facing off against rival gangs in a version of Toronto fractured by time and space. There are 7 playable characters, and the game supports 4-player co-op both online and locally. You'll be able to master flashy combos, swing ridiculous weapons, and turn the environment into part of your arsenal, all the stuff we love about the genre. But let's be real, I'm mostly here for the vibes. The visuals look incredible, and Anna Managuchi is back on the soundtrack, which is an instant win in my book. Scott Pilgrim EX is coming to all platforms sometime next year, and yeah, we're absolutely there on day one. So yeah, this is Lego Voyagers. Between this and our final game on the list, it was honestly tough deciding which one we're most excited for. Even from that brief snippet, you can tell this game has a total vibe. Voyagers is a 2-player co-op adventure supporting both local and online play. You and a friend take on the role of Lego bricks, tumbling, jumping, snapping together, and building your way on a poetic mission to rescue an abandoned spaceship. It's creative, it's weird, and it looks like a ton of fun in co-op. Even better, Lego Voyagers will feature a Friends Pass system, just like It Takes Two, so you only need 1 copy of the game to play online with a friend. We love seeing more studios embrace that model. It's such a great way to make co-op more accessible. No release date yet, but this is absolutely one we'll be keeping a close eye on here on the channel. Finally, we've got Out of Words, revealed during Summer Game Fest with one of the most creative trailers of the season. This Danish adventure follows Kurt and Carla as they find themselves in a vibrant world, but stripped of their ability to speak. Every character and environment is brought to life with stunning stop-motion animation, giving the whole game a handcrafted and human feel. Stop-motion games aren't anything new, but Out of Words looks like it's nailing not just the art direction, but crucially, the gameplay. The game features a clever gravity shifting mechanic that challenges you and your partner to work together to solve puzzles and overcome obstacles. It also looks like there's a quirky cast of characters to meet along the way, each with standout designs that really pop in motion. All in all, Out of Words just feels genuinely special, and we can't wait to see more of it. The game is set to release next year on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC via Epic Game Store. And those were our 10 most hyped games from Summer Game Fest season, but we always like to end with a few more honorable mentions. Farver is a 3-player online co-op RPG set in a vast fantasy open world. If you've ever wished Breath of the Wild had co-op, this might be the one for you. It features multiple classes, weapon skills, and deep RPG systems that let you craft your ideal hero, all wrapped up in a gorgeous cel-shaded art style. No release date yet, but definitely one to wishlist. Another game from the PC gaming show is Worship, a Pikmin-inspired roguelite where you recruit little cultists to serve your dark god. It looks chaotic and darkly comedic too, one of my favorite combinations for a game. The game supports 4-player local and online co-op, with each player gathering their own followers and collaborating to bring about the end of the world. This is definitely one to try with the whole gang, and thankfully we don't have to wait long as it's hitting Steam Early Access on July 16th. And lastly, we want to shout out Big Walk. It's not a new announcement, but we got our best look yet during Day of Devs with a beautiful gameplay overview trailer. It's an atmospheric puzzle game in the vein of The Witness, built entirely around co-op and communication. Big Walk challenges you to communicate in various ways, whether it's using sounds and symbols or even gestures as you solve clever, eccentric puzzles. Look, I can't lie, this is extremely my jam. I recommend you watch the full trailer so you get the whole picture. The game's been delayed to next year, now making it one of our most anticipated co-op games of 2026. Thanks for watching, guys. There were so many more co-op games to share, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for a jam-packed co-op monthly episode at the end of the month. If you're new here, that's our monthly news series where we compile all the gaming news surrounding co-op games for each month. If you found this video helpful, drop us a comment down below or shout out any other games you saw at SGF or Day of Devs or wherever. Thank you to our Patreon producers. We'll catch ya on the next one.